you better just keep your head down. You better just keep getting your stuff when you go to the store. You better just keep getting prepared, because it's about to get a lot worse, all right? This supply chain issue, this supply chain crisis is getting way worse, guys, all right? It's way worse than we think. It's worse than just like, oh, I want this item and this item is having supply chain issues or it's out of stock or whatever. It's more than that. It's like the packaging for the stuff you want to. It's the stuff that it's put in, you know? It's the distribution. It's all that that's affecting it right now. There's massive issues, all right? And if you didn't see what's going on in the Czech Republic right now too, massive protests are happening, tens of thousands of people over this energy crisis, right? Because people can't afford to live. There's just a cost of living crisis, right? And sorry if this AC's going, all right, it is hotter than a coal miner's you know what out, and I'm just exhausted today. I feel like this heat's just making me even more tired. I'm exhausted. This stuff's catching up to me. But it's just going to get worse, all right? People are freaking out in the Czech Republic right now. This is probably going to spread in Europe even more. And it's because energy prices have gone up almost 1,000% in some countries over there. And the reason why this is directly tied to the supply chain, because businesses use energy too. Factories use electricity. Factories use coal to operate. All right? And there's aluminum factories all over the world that are shutting down right now because they can't afford to pay the energy to keep it going. You know, a place where aluminum's made, where metals are made, they have to do smelting, and it's very high temperatures, all right? They're melting ores and refining them, right? Pulling out the metals out of this raw, material that they're getting. And it requires very high temperatures and very high energy to keep this temperature. They were saying they're about to turn off one of their aluminum production sites at this factory, and it was saying just to turn the smelting equipment back on that reaches the extremely high temperatures to melt this ore and extract the aluminum from it, just to reach it, it takes 6 months just to turn it on, just to turn it back on. It takes 6 months, and I think they said it takes like a $50 million or something like that to do it too, just to turn it on because of the power requirements for it. So it's in their best interest to keep this going, but they are saying it's not in their best interest. They are going to turn it off. All right, they're going to turn it off. And I need a sip of beer. It's the only beer I drink. Sorry, root beer. Need a sip of that. Sponsor me, A&W. Let me get that sponsor. No affiliate links, no sponsors, none of that stuff. I don't do any of that. Don't worry. This is my own. I just support Rocky Mountain National Park because I love the Rocky Mountains. In A&W root beer, right? That's for free. You're welcome, A&W. So, all right. Sorry to get off track. My mouth was a little dry, but it's true, guys. All right, people. And then there's also a sand shortage. So there's aluminum factory shutting down because of energy, and then there's also a sand shortage. And this is affecting silicone, because a lot of silicone that's used for, computers, chips, all electronics, pretty much silicone based, is extracted from sand. A lot of it, silicate. Okay, it comes from sand, and also sand is used for glass, and it's also used for building, like filling in gaps, filling up holes, leveling foundations and building projects for houses, things like that. And it's delaying projects all over the world. In the United States, there's sand shortages, and it's affecting housing development, houses being built. So that's just going to compound the housing crisis even more. And then aluminum on top of that, all right? A lot of these, aluminum siding, there's aluminum gutters, aluminum wires, aluminum, all the stuff. You know what I mean? There's aluminum all over the place in a house. When you're building a house, when you're building anything, it requires, anything like that. You're going to use aluminum somewhere. So all of these other projects are getting delayed as well. This is going to affect RVs. I was just thinking about it. There's like aluminum siding on the RV, right? Because they use aluminum because it's so light. It's much lighter than steel or steel alloys. So they use aluminum. It's very important. So get those sheets of aluminum. I've heard stories, where it's like in the Great Depression, you would wash your aluminum foil. Okay, you want to just like crinkle it up after you cooked your bacon on it. You cook some bacon in the stove, and whatever. You just crinkle it up, throw it away, throw the bacon grease away. No, you'd be scraping that bacon grease off. You'd be saving that bacon grease because you could use that for cooking. And I think you can make soap out of it too. I think you can make bacon grease soap, like bacon soap. Check it out. I'm serious. I'm serious. My wife was talking about it. I was like, okay, you can make some bacon soap. Go for it. So that's on our list of things to do on our homestead soon. But they would be saving that bacon grease, and they'd be saving that aluminum foil, washing it off, because you didn't just get a ton of aluminum foil. It was kind of rare, right? It was kind of a commodity. It was like your pan. You're not just going to throw your stainless steel pan away, are you? It was expensive to have that sheet of aluminum. So think about it now. Stock up on these things now. I'm even trying to be more conservative on things because, we're living smaller lately. We're in our RV the past month, and, you just can't fit stuff in here, right? You can't fit as much in here. So we've been trying to be more conservative for using our stuff, all right? And we still have our chickens. Don't worry, we still have our chickens out here. They're in their own little coop in their tent. We're out in the forest, and we give our scraps to them too. We've been trying to be more conscious of that, like any food scraps we have that chickens can eat. It's like, hey, let's give that to the chickens, because that's turned into an egg. That's turned into food. That's how we need to be thinking. If we're if we're in a survival situation, that's how you'd be thinking, right? Is like there's no trash. That goes to the chickens, that goes to the pigs, that goes to whatever to turn it into more food. There's no, even the crust on your peanut butter and jelly, you turn that off for your 3-year-old. All right, I'm talking from experience right here. And that doesn't go in the trash, that goes to the chickens, that goes to the pigs, right? That could be turned into food. So start thinking like that, get that mentality now, just to be sustainable for yourself, for your own good. It'll save you money. Your chickens will eat less, so that's less feed to buy, all right? And that's more eggs for you. With the more they eat, the happier they are, the more eggs they're going to produce. That's just common sense, all right? So it's a win-win. Start thinking this way. Start being more conservative. Start being more frugal. Start just, I'm working on this too, to just like not waste as much. All these things are valuable. We've been using way less water. You don't realize how much water you're just wasting, just leaving it on. But in an RV, your tank's draining every second it's on. You're like, no, you're turning that off when you're brushing your teeth. You're turning that off in between washing your hands, or right after washing, or whatever. Or in between washing a dish or something, you turn it off right away, because every drop counts. So, just get this mind state now. Get this sustainable mind state now where you're ready, right? And it's good for you too. It'll save you money. It's a win-win. You'll use less water, use less electricity or whatever, and it's a win-win. And you're just prepared if things go down. It's not such a shock to you. It's like, what do I do? Like, I'm used to taking, dumping my 100-gallon tank, every whatever, when I'm washing dishes, or every shower, using an 80-gallon water tank or whatever. That's incredible. I love that too. I'm just saying, start thinking like maybe just cut your shower in half or something. Start getting more used to these things. Take a cold shower. Get a shock. Live life on the wild side. take a cold shower, right? So thank you guys for watching. You guys never stop. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for all the good vibes, all the good words, all the prayers, the love and support. Thank you guys. I pray for you guys. I hope you have blessings in your life too. I hope you guys just reach your goals, reach what you want to get. And I hope I kind of can just like give you just a 0.1% boost and motivation to just like do what you need to do too. All right. We're going through this together. We're all humans. We all love each other. I love you. I love this community. And thank you guys. You have a big old blessed day.